Welcome to another Indie Dev Showcase, highlighting the many indie games we play here on the channel. If you'd like to submit a game for a future video, please reach out. But otherwise, let's begin. Our first game this week is Duck Paradox. This is footage taken from the demo that we played in 2024 and may not represent the current version of the game. This is a 2D, it's not described as like an action roguelike puzzle adventure style game. You play a scientist whose favorite duck has accidentally ripped a hole in space and time. And now we must explore the multiverse to get them back while fighting all the evil versions of, I guess, said duck that are out there. The thing that this game does is that while the levels themselves are handmade, you'll choose from randomized perks at the end of each level that will then infer on what you're able to do on subsequent stages. Each stage you must get to your, hopefully, helpful duck, but then you must fight off the waves and waves of evil ducks that are coming to get you. Now, it's a little hard to tell from the demo just how much more involved the main game is going to be, but it definitely has an interesting look and feel to it. So, if you're a fan of ducks and shooting, then you may want to give this one a try. We now go to a Necro Story. This is a turn-based RPG from the developer of Healer Quest, where in that game we played as the only smart healer in the world who was trying to save the day. Now, we play as a resurrected necromancer who is trying to maybe save/doom the world after being awakened. So this is played in real time with a lot of interesting systems and progression that go with it. As a necromancer, besides being able to cast spells to do damage, you'll be able to convert enemies into kind of your summoned minions who will then be able to take damage for you and of course try and fight back against them. There are multiple difficulty levels to play, lots of things to explore as you fight a mix of evil, creepy, and sometimes cute enemies. And this one is a very charming game. It can be a bit on the difficult side because of the fact that you are really going to be defined by which spells and upgrades you get. It is possible to kind of skill yourself into a corner if you're not careful. But the game is certainly charming enough to carry it through. If you enjoy this one, I would highly recommend you check out Healer Quest as well, as both games are similar in kind of their structure and their aesthetic. So if you like a unusual tale and raising the dead along the way, I would give this one a try. We now switch over to a little Scavenger. The footage you're seeing is taken from the demo that was released in 2024 and may not represent the current version of the game. This is an action roguelike where you are exploring a civilization where all the robots have gone crazy, and you're going to try and solve this mystery by hacking, slashing, stabbing, or spellcasting your way to victory. This is, as you can tell, an isometric style game with a very heavy emphasis on different weapons and builds. You recharge your spell kind of power by attacking enemies, and you're going to be able to collect a mix of weapons, armor, kind of artifacts/passives, and different spells/skills that you can use to hopefully deal with the different enemies. It can be a little bit harder sometimes to gauge depth with some of the attacks, especially when the screen gets very heavy in terms of things attacking from every which way. But this is one of those games that I would put it in the moderate to moderately challenging side. Get a good run going, get the right gear, and life is going to be very easy for you. But it can still go wrong very fast. While this one may not have the same level or the depth of, say, Enter the Gungeon or Biome Isaac, it'll still a very solid take, at least from demo. And I would say if you are in the mood for yet another in the action roguelike variety, then I would at least give this demo a try and see if it works for you. And now we switch over to Fishing Paradiso. This is a casual fish RPG. You are in heaven, and apparently heaven is just a giant ocean full of islands. In order to kind of find your place here and maybe, I guess, take on the fish god at some point, you're going to have to do a whole lot of fishing. And, well, keep it going. If you're hoping for brutal battles and giant colossal JRPG fights, this is not going to be that game. This is all about fishing, as you'll collect or fish your fish in order to earn money, which you can use to then purchase upgrades, which will then let you get more fish, let you get more upgrades. There are quests to go after. You can upgrade your little island home to add ever more things and questing to do. And it just gets in like a very satisfying loop of RPG progression. Now, the demo that we play, the game has been out for a few years, so I don't know kind of like how far, I guess, the fishing hole goes for this one. But like with a lot of the RPG style games we've played, while this one is probably not going to be for everyone, if it does hook you, pun intended, this could be a really solid game to unwind and fish to. So, if you're in the mood to do some fishing progression, I would definitely give this one a try and see if it will work for you. We now go to Slime 64. This footage is taken from the demo. The full game is not out at the time of this recording. This is, as you can tell by the 64 in the title, a 3D platformer inspired by the N64, with a very heavy emphasis on collecting. You are a slime, and you are exploring a happy museum, learning all about the different slimes in the world. And in order to do that, you must explore a wide variety of exhibits. The demo that's available is kind of more of a prologue, with a lot of levels and things to get to. The unique aspect of this game is that there are different kind of varieties of slime. Each variety has a different movement tech and kind of special ability or thing they can use in the world itself. When you first start playing the game, the opening levels will only let you choose from kind of like one primary slime. But once you get past that, you'll soon come to worlds where you'll be able to swap between two, and I don't know if you get any more varieties at any time. So you'll get combinations like water and earth. And water lets you kind of like skate around on water, while earth lets you do like faster rolls on ground. And of course, you'll be able to mix and match these different abilities to search for all the upgrades and all the hidden MacGuffins that one could ever want. Now, if you're not a fan of 3D collecting, this is definitely not going to be the game. As for the platforming itself, it kind of reminds me in a way of the, I guess like Banjo-Kazooie style, where the level design is meant to be very wide and open to explore. It doesn't feel like it's going to be aiming for like super technical play in terms of 3D, but still a really solid idea, and I like the kind of different abilities that you get to make the worlds feel more distinct. So if you are a 3D platformer fan looking for another MacGuffin hunt to go after, definitely check out this demo and then keep an eye out for the finished game. We now, for our final game, go to Hyperviolent, which is a very big turn compared to our last one. This footage is taken from early access and may not represent the current version of it. This is, as the title suggests, a very violent ode to 90s FPS. The gameplay kind of leans into almost like a System Shock style, as you'll need to interact with a variety of objects, collect various clues, weapons, kind of sort through your virtual inventory, and trying to get killed by all the things that are out to get you. Now, the game is fast and very brutal. I would also suggest, in terms of difficulty, to not try and play on the higher settings if you're trying to get used to it, as ammo is very tight, and you can die exceptionally fast. Now, from our time with the demo, it did feel a little bit clunky to play. Everything is kind of done with like your own like virtual hand to interact with things, which means that if you get caught with enemies and you have the wrong item equipped, you're in a lot of trouble. Still, I would say this one definitely has something going for it in terms of like a kind of like a, I wouldn't say like a slow pace like boomer shooter, but kind of more like of a horror action style. If you're a fan of, I guess, a little bit of violence here and there, I would keep an eye out for when this game is released, or check out the early access build. I'm curious to see how this game is going to turn out when it is finished. And with that, another showcase comes to an end. Let me know what you think about these games down below. As always, let me include your game for a future stream and showcase. Please reach out. And with that, I will see everyone for our next video and our next indie stream. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.